These are not your typical skiers. They're performance testing for one of the world's leading manufacturers. Nice work if you can get it.
These skis have what we call the French touch, with our own style, know-how, to make something really lively, really game. When we moved back from China to France, to Salonches near here, we saw much higher quality in the finishing of the skis. Moving back to France gave a lot of people a real boost.
Nestled in the Chamonix Valley in the French Alps is the main factory of ski maker Rossignol. Struggling a few years ago, the site was revitalised by the company's decision to return production to France from its plant in Taiwan. Not only were jobs saved, but new staff were taken on.
We can develop more skis. It's great for the factory's future. Very encouraging.
The fact the skis are made in France, that in itself enhances the product.
Moving production closer to their prime markets is an increasing trend among European businesses. Rossignol still makes several products in Asia and Eastern Europe, but the repatriation of ski manufacturing has been profitable.
Making things on the other side of the world that you then repatriate is very expensive in transport costs, and you lose a lot of flexibility. The big market is here in Europe, and being close to our market, and to be able to get to your market quickly and to react gives you a real competitive edge.
With around 4 million industrial jobs lost and a 10% drop in production in Europe since 2008, European businesses are just beginning to bring their operations home. In Moray, in the heart of the Jura Mountains, is the so-called Valley of Glasses. Here, some local companies have held out against massive offshoring. Created in 1886, the firm Albin Paget is one of the last factories in the valley where frames are made entirely in-house. That's a major asset in the eyes of distributors and fashion brands who buy them under license.
They're nice and shiny. We do a good job here. When I see other luxury brand glasses, I say they're not made as well as ours.
The Made in France label and the ability to quickly resupply clients are big advantages in the battle with the giants of the sector. The frames cost a little more than those made in Asia, but customers are still buying, as the CEO stresses.
We can't compete with Chinese wages, but the French design, the Made in France label and our market responsiveness are a solid foundation and allow us to continue to exist in the market. We guarantee quality. There are very few product returns, less than 1%. That's quality guaranteed.
Even if the business has projects in development, it's suffering from the disappearance of specific know-how thanks to the foreign outsourcing trend in the industry.
We've a real skills shortage. With few factories left, it's really hard to find qualified people for all the tasks that we need done here.
Every frame requires around 100 operations by hand. Like many employees, Bernard has been working at the factory for more than 30 years. As well as making prototypes, he hand paints metal frames.
It's not complicated, but it requires know-how, and we don't learn that at school. Painters are increasingly rare in Moray. Maintaining traditional skills is very important for the future, for quality production. Without quality, there'll be no jobs tomorrow.
Building on quality and maximising the niche market is what characterises European businesses that choose not to locate production abroad. But this can also be a major challenge, as the experience of this luxury lingerie workshop shows. It started up a year ago in the wake of the collapse of the French lingerie maker Lingerie. The brand's relaunch 2 years ago failed to prevent the loss of many jobs. Out of the ashes of Lingerie, Les Ateliers was born, under the stewardship of businesswoman Muriel Pernin and a few ex-employees, and with cash from private investors. The workshop created around 30 jobs. Unemployed after 38 years with Lingerie, Christian was still confident her problems were over when she spoke to us a few weeks ago.
It is wonderful, particularly for someone of my age. A new lease of life. I hope other businesses will be reborn in France so that we can safeguard our know-how. That will give people jobs. There's such unemployment.
At the time of our visit, the order book was full, but the company admitted it struggled to deliver on time because the production model wasn't completely adapted to its niche market. Most of the cash flow had gone on research and improving the manufacturing process.
Production overseas means moving the big product lines, but we don't think about maintaining the smaller product lines. In the luxury market, we don't make 30,000 pieces, we make 500 or 1,000. I would stress there's a niche market for the small-scale products, but for that you need to rethink the organisation. Today, when you see the workshop set up like this, in our worktops of 5, it's the outcome of the first results of our research.
But the future remains uncertain. Their search for new investors was dealt a hammer blow by the bank's refusal to support it. As this report was going to air, Les Ateliers was preparing to announce its liquidation. Starved of funds, the dream the staff believed in just a few weeks earlier had all but died.
When we set out on this adventure, we knew it would be difficult, but we told ourselves we had to do it, because it's going to be difficult, but it's doable.
Talks with the banks have now resumed to save a business that's not lacking talent, clients or projects, including the launch of its own brand. But in a globalised market, it's a story that shows just how hard and painful it is for a new and fragile business model to break through in Europe.